Welcome to Bassmaster Fishing, Episode 21, Toledo Bend, new hotspot. And I'll be making a video about this spot that I just found. It's not on YouTube until now. Let's go to Toledo Bend. And I'll show you where this is. Missile-made boat. It's rocking. It looks pretty cool. There's old Moses Jackson at the helm. This spot is right here, guys. I've never seen this spot on YouTube. Well, you see on my map where I am. It's right on the tip, right on the tip of this point here. A major hotspot here. One of the first fish I caught was a 14-pound largemouth bass. So we'll be fishing here today. And I guess I'll go with a tremor shad on a Ned rig. If you want to know the difference between a Ned rig and a jig head, the Ned rig is actually lighter. So the Ned rig is not going to sink, like the 3/16 ounce Ned rig is not going to sink as fast as the 3/16 ounce jig head. The 3/16 ounce jig head is going to sink quicker. And this is pretty shallow. So I think if you're fishing shallow, probably a Ned, and you want to stay higher in the water column, probably a Ned rig is even better thing to use. But you see the nature of this spot. I mean, it's like the first thing I catch is a big bass. And old Moses Jackson has got him a largemouth bass. Old Moses Abraham Jackson. It's not trophy. It's like 1 ounce, I think. Smaller. Let's see what the trophy size is here on Toledo. Now, guys, if you're wanting to fish the Open, the online tournament on Toledo Bend, you're definitely going to be looking for the 15 10s, 15 8s, 15 high 15s, 15 8 and up, 15 pounds, 8 ounces and up. And you're going to need 5 of them to probably win the round. But the trophy size starts at 10 pounds and goes all the way to 16.3. Legendary starts at 16.3, so that would be the size of, I think, Lionel is the smallest. I'm a little far off this point, so I'm going to scooch up a little bit. Okay. And I'm just going to medium pitch right into this point. My buddy Big E is texting me. He wants to fish. I just started this 21st episode, and I'm thinking about fishing with him. And guys, also I wanted to point out that just because they're called legendary largemouth bass, it doesn't mean like it takes a legendarily long time to catch a legendary largemouth bass. If you're on a busy spot, you can catch one right away. And you often do. I actually did see some really big bass like over here. So I'm going to pitch over here. I don't know why my buddy Big E is contacting me now. It's the worst possible time. I'm right in the middle of my 21st episode of the Bassmaster TV show, where we show the viewers new hotspots and we reveal some of the deepest secrets. Oh no, a drum took it, but there was a big largemouth there. Oh, I'm gonna have to bust them off. So I thought it was a pretty big largemouth in here. There's a striper. We're not looking for stripers here. There's a largemouth. And one of the first fish I caught, one of the first fish I caught on this spot was like a 14-pound largemouth. Which during the online tournament, you're really looking for the 15s. But that was one of the first fish I caught. Just over 14-pound largemouth. Very promising. But it's loaded with fish in here, including a trophy largemouth. Will we catch a legendary largemouth bass during this 21st episode of the Bassmaster Fishing 2022 TV show on YouTube? That is the question. On this new hotspot that not even Big Timer Jay apparently knew about. I didn't see it in any of his videos. But I was searching, and so I've searched for a long time on Toledo Bend, and I found one other spot that's full of some big largemouth, and I saw a legendary there, but couldn't catch it. But there's fish always spawning in on this point. And I can't wait to see like how many big fish, big bass, I actually get here in 1 hour. Very interested to know. Will I get 5? Is this spot unusually effective for the online tournament? And I did notice there is a lot of different species. So there's probably going to be a lot of junk fish, a lot of garbage.
You're going to have a few competitors trembling with that toe.
Another little guy, no heartbeat. Wow, a bunch of 8-pounders in here right now. See if we can get a 15. Like a 15-10 or something. Something really significant. Or even a legendary largemouth bass. Now, a couple of them I never caught Lionel. I never caught Chad. I've caught Rosie. I've caught Sheila or Sheila. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. It's spelled Sheila, but it might be pronounced Sheila. Sheila's the biggest. Rosie's the second biggest. And then there's another one. I think then it's Chad and Lionel last. And my buddy Big E, he keeps texting me about what the next tournament is going to be. And I happen to know that it should be St. John's. Because just before Jordan, when I actually started competing,
Pop, what do you got?
where I started playing the online tournament, just before Jordan, there was Chickamauga, St. Lawrence, there's a big one. Chickamauga, St. Lawrence, and Toledo Bend. So those are the only ones that we haven't done lately, along with St. John's. So St. John's should certainly be next. If we're going in order here, and that's the way it works, it should absolutely be St. John's next. I got a heartbeat on this GAR, and it does look absolutely enormous. Yeah, it looks really strange. Maybe it could be the legendary GAR. I don't know the name of the legendary GAR. Oh, it is. It's got this arch to its shoulders, its back, its abdomen. Guys, I believe this will be the legendary GAR of Toledo Bend. One of the first fish I catch. Now, when I started pitching off to the left a little more, like in front of the point, I caught this massive beast right away. I almost caught another giant largemouth. I believe this might be the legendary GAR. And I'm not sure if there's more than one of them. On some of the maps, there are. There's more than one legendary GAR. So we'll have to see if this is the biggest one or what. Yeah, I think this is the legendary GAR.
What
Yeah,
an amazing
Roland.
freak of nature.
He's a monster, boy. Oh, I can't take a picture. 32 pounds, 2 ounces. 2,300 bucks. Roland, guys. Pretty cool. Let's see if he's the biggest legendary GAR. No, there's Roosevelt and then Roland. Roosevelt's bigger, then Roland. So that was Roland. Very cool. Never caught Roland before. But now we know, right in front of this point here, as I knew there would be, just by how busy it is. Right in front of that point, we caught Roland. Awesome. We got a heartbeat on a drum, but I suspect this will not be the legendary. I don't know. I'll have to see how big this really is. That's a heartbeat, so it's a trophy drum. I don't think this is, no. Well, we'll bring him in just to see how big he is as trophy drums go. 21. So the legendary drum is 25. That was 4 pounds too light. Now there's some big largemouth in there. Let's see if we can catch one of them, see how big they are. How big do the largemouth bass get on this position? Yeah, I'm seeing some pretty big ones in here, I think. We haven't caught one yet. No 14s, no 15s yet. There's another small one. I'm going to let him go.
I'm not going to set any records with that one, but at least it's a good, solid keeper.
No heartbeat on this. It looked gigantic, but there's no heartbeat. Not even trophy. 9-3. I'm starting to get a little concerned because I haven't caught one 14 or 15. Now I'm sure there's certain points on this point where you have to cast to have the highest chance of getting a 14 or 15. Maybe farther off to the right and farther off to the left. But so far, no 14s or 15s. We did catch Roland. But you see what's going on in here? It's definitely a hot spot. I mean, it's loaded with largemouth bass and some big ones. Wow, not even a heartbeat. It looks so big, but and yet this is not even trophy size. I've been getting so many that are not trophy. I think that perhaps I may be on a certain day that is just a lighter. I've had a lot of episodes like that where, like, I know the spot is good for many giant largemouth, but the weather, the temperature, and everything, it was a lighter day. A day when, so you don't get a lot of giant largemouth. I still want you to try it out and check it out and fish it with your lures and see if you can do better than I'm doing. This is just a show, but I am trying to, work it out. I'm trying to sort it out and figure out the spot itself. I think I just trust the tremor shad more than just about any other bass lure in the game, except the Janko swim bait. I really have a lot of faith in that. It's helped me win tournaments too. The Janko swim bait, that was like crucial. Oh my goodness, great. That is a big one. The Janko swim bait helped me win the Hartwell Open. And I mean, I used it so much that, most of my most crucial fish I caught with the Janko swim bait. I probably wouldn't have even won without it. That can be such a good lure for the largest possible largemouth trophies at legendary largemouth.
Flippity flop, what do you got?
It just seems like anything and everything wants to bite the Jenko swim bait, including the giant trophy largemouth. And that could be the legendary striper. I don't know. And I'll never know. I do like catching the legendary stripers and everything, but I'm usually looking for bass. I'm usually looking for the legendary largemouth, legendary spotted, and legendary smallmouth.
Not gonna set any records with that one, but at least it's a good, solid keeper.
So there are some new fishing games potentially coming this year. I think the one most people are excited about that I've talked to is Major League Fishing. It's going to have online tournaments and everything, but it's going to be more than just bass. Major League Fishing, probably coming this year. Way of the Hunter 2 has been announced. It's on the PlayStation Store as coming soon. And I played through Way of the Hunter 1. Best hunting game I ever played for a console. I like Call of the Wild. I just think that Call of the Wild is more of a PC game than a real console game. I just think Way of the Hunter's commands on the controller fit better than Call of the Wilds. Also, the Michael Myers video game, the Halloween video game, comes out this year. I believe it comes out in the fall, right around Halloween. That looks really interesting. That's on my wish list. Wow, guys, not a single 14 or 15. I think it's because of the weather, like the temperature and the weather. Not a single 14 or 15 yet, but a lot of these, a lot of like not even trophy size largemouth. And the one largemouth that I did see that looked to be maybe 14 or 15, he totally swam right at the lure and didn't bite it. So he didn't even bite it. So I wonder if the really big ones that are here are kind of programmed to not bite on this day. This Bassmaster can change a lot from day to day. And sometimes all the big trophies are biting. And then other days, you just can't even catch them. No heartbeat on this striper, so I'm going to let him go. Lots of tiny bass. I'm really surprised that, like, it's 10 a.m., guys. This is like 3 hours, 3 game hours after we started. And not one single 14, not one single 15, no legendary largemouth. but I got a legendary gar. So I'm kind of thinking it's one of those days where the real giant trophy largemouth are not biting. This is another fish without a heartbeat. No, this is not even trophy size. A 912. And it's amazing how many of those I have caught that were just under the trophy size and yet not hardly even a trophy, let alone a maximum size trophy. Another one, this one has no heartbeat. So if you get a day like this where you know you're on a spot that should be giving you a bunch of like super heavyweight trophies, but it isn't, guys, that is typical to Bassmaster. That is normal. Like they made it so that some days all the giant trophy largemouth bite, and then other days you can hardly catch one of them. And that's lake wide, not spot to spot, but they made it to be unpredictable, an unpredictable game where you just don't know exactly what the largemouth bite is going to be like. No heartbeat on this fish. You see, definitely a hot spot. Just a ton of fish going on this point. I've never seen anything on YouTube about this spot. And I looked at a lot of Toledo Bend. I looked at a lot of it. I searched it. I found one other spot that looks pretty good. And I knew about some big timer J hot spots. But I found very little on Toledo Bend so far.
You're gonna have a few competitors trembling with that.
This is like the best spot I have found. I've searched a lot of it. But I have faith that I will eventually find the one honey hole that can be a tournament winning spot. I see there was a bigger fish that was going for it, but he didn't bite. And I got the tiny bass instead. I think there's just some days that are like that are programmed so that you don't get a lot of really large bass. And you're probably more likely to get like a legendary striper or a legendary gar or something like that. They clearly just didn't want the game to be too predictable. No heartbeat again. Wow. I'm actually really surprised. I thought with a spot that looked like this, it'd be like just one after the other right away.
Somebody caught a toe.
And probably on certain days it is. It is. Then others, it's like this. But of course, I wanted to show you a spot that you could catch, 15 after 15 after 15 after 15 after 15, 5 15s fairly reliably. But that's just not how Bassmaster works. Every once in a while, you'll run into a day like this where it's just not going to really give you any largemouth. All right, I finally got a heartbeat on a largemouth here. So it's a trophy. One out of like 30 largemouth I've caught has had a heartbeat and been a trophy. Sometimes they're all trophies.
Knick-knack,
And this
paddywhack,
one's
get
a
that hobby
13.
home.
You see, it's on the smaller size of giant trophies. Even the one trophy I catch is only a 13, not a 15 or a 16. It's just the day itself, the weather, the temperature. The whole day itself is just bad for largemouth. It's 80 degrees on a partly cloudy or on a cloudy day. And it must be a bad Toledo day for a largemouth. And yet I wonder how long it will actually take to catch a legendary largemouth bass on this spot. And which one will it be? Will it be one of the ones I have not caught? Chad or Lionel? Or will it be one of the real big ones like Sheila or Rosie?
Somebody caught a toad.
Wow, no heartbeat again, no trophy. Right now it's just loaded with super tiny largemouth. At least for Toledo Bend, they're small. I'm pretty sure Sheila is over 17 pounds. So the biggest largemouth here, whoa, that could be a big one. Oh, an even bigger one took it. All right, this is a monster. It's not legendary. You can tell by the colors. There is no legendary on Toledo Bend that has these colors. Watch, it'll be like a 13 because the weather is just wrong for big trophy largemouth fishing. My guess is it's probably going to be a 13. Nope.
You have caught an absolute hydrilla gorilla.
He's a good one, boy. He's 15 too. An absolute stud. But I'm sure you can do a lot better. In 4 game hours on a different day. It's definitely a major honey hole for bass. I've caught almost all bass, and then I caught a legendary gar like right away. And I've seen mostly bass. God, those drums are sure ugly fish, aren't they? They sure are ugly, those drums. This striper's got no heartbeat. But I hope you like this spot. I just found it, guys, and I put it all on my channel. I've been searching Toledo Bend for a good spot to do a show. And this one's perfect. It's a real busy hot spot full of largemouth bass. I mean, not that cast, it really wasn't, but it's been full of fish. One thing I've noticed is with some of the lakes, it tends to die around noon. Right around this time, spots can really like die, and they come back to life around 1. No heartbeat. It's not a trophy.
Not gonna set any records with that one, but at least it's a good, solid keeper.
No heartbeat on this striper. I'm gonna try to let him go. But the Super Mario movie the second Super Mario movie has come out, and there's been a lot of on YouTube. There's a lot of criticism of it, and some of my favorite YouTubers have said that it's not quite the movie that the first one was. I haven't seen it myself. It's only in theaters right now, and I'm a bit under the weather, so I won't be able to go see it right now in the theater. No heartbeat on this striper. It looked huge, but not even trophy, so we got to let him go. In hopes of getting another special legendary or a big trophy largemouth. All right, I got a trophy heartbeat here. I don't know what it is because I couldn't see it, and it looks like a largemouth. It is. It's a largemouth bass. How much you want to bet this will be a 12 or a 13? Not a 15 or a 16. Those are the ones you need for the Toledo Bend online tournament. You need the big 15s, like 15-8 plus. And you need 5 of them per round. I should say per attempt. 13, just as I was saying.
No whammy.
And I suspect that on other days, it's a lot easier to catch a bunch of 15s here. And old Moses Abraham Jackson is trying to catch him a slob.
Flippity flop, what do you got?
Oh, I see one. I see one in there. He just kind of despawned though, so I don't know if he'll be back. But the best fish I've caught right here. right on this point. That's where I caught the 15. Not a trophy. No heartbeat. No small largemouth. But another thing to notice, guys, is mostly I've caught largemouth.
Yes.
There's not a lot of other species getting in the
I'm not
way.
going to set any records with that one, but it's a solid keeper. Cha-chunk, cha-ching.
It is a great spot for a large number of largemouth, or a high number of largemouth. Oh boy. This has got a heartbeat, and I suspect that this could possibly be one of the legendary stripers of Toledo Bend because it is so big. I mean, it looks absolutely gigantic. When it struck, it took up the entire screen. It's big. Let's see. But how big? Is it legendary size? Now, usually when you catch a gar or a striper, it's got a heartbeat. It's not legendary. But I just caught Roland here, the legendary gar, so or one of the legendary gars. So I'm just kind of a little curious to see how close this is to being the legendary striper. If it is not the legend, one of the legendary stripers itself. How much does it weigh? We know it's trophy. It's got a heartbeat, but how close is it to being as large as one of the legendary stripers? And I'm not really catching a lot of trophy largemouth, so I feel like, well, I guess I got some time to bring this in. I mean, I haven't caught like many good largemouth, so two 13s and a 15 is the best I've done on this particular day with this weather temperature. So let's see what we got here. Honestly, it doesn't really look that big. Oh, well, yeah, I'm sure you can catch a lot bigger. Oh, 43, man. So the legendary stripers begin at 40 to 49. Or no. The trophies are 40 to 49. The legendary is 49. I guess there is a lot of legendary striper. There's probably like up to 3 here on Toledo Bend. So it shouldn't be too long before you catch one of them, at least on a good busy spot. I already got a heartbeat with this channel catfish. Let's see how big he is. Oh, he doesn't look big at all. This looks really small, actually. Now, he can't be more than 20 or 30 pounds. I mean, in real life, that would be quite a nice catch for a channel catfish. But in Toledo Bend, I don't think it's that big. Okay, yeah, about 30. 28, so let's see. The legendary channels start at, all right, he's 33. So I was a few pounds off. Another small largemouth. I recently played through Ghost of Tsushima, and honestly, I think it's one of the most well-made and best video games I ever played. Uh, I bought Ghost of Yote for my sister. I haven't even opened that out of the seal yet because that's for her. I want her to enjoy that. I also got her both Horizon games, Horizon Zero Dawn and Horizon Forbidden West. So I myself, I'm not the biggest fan of like girl heroes. I mean, I have a problem with them. I don't hate them or anything. But I'm a guy, I'd rather play as Kratos or, Jin, Sakai, or, I'm a guy. So I want to, if I'm being pretentious, I want to pretend to be a guy.
With that one, but it's a solid keeper. Cha-chunk, cha-ching.
Women are the exact same way. If they want to play a game, they want to play as a female hero. You see the trophy largemouth? They're here, but they're just not biting today. It's just that kind of day where Bassmaster is just on shutdown as regards large trophy largemouth. But we did get some interesting fishing in, and I got to show you a major hotspot on this lake that not too many other people really even know about. I have never seen on YouTube before, and yet it is full of largemouth, mostly largemouth bite here, and we know there's legendaries because we just caught Roland here. And I'm sure on a different day there will be a legendary largemouth bass. Now this is a trophy largemouth here. It looks absolutely gigantic. Can't even jump, it's so large. That means it must be over 12 pounds, over 12 or 13 pounds. If it jumps, it's no bigger, like jumps out of the water, it's no bigger than 12 pounds.
That
14.
right there, that's a little chunk panda.
So now I've got a 15, a 14, and a couple 13s. And then I think I had caught a 12. So a very, very herky-jerky, all over the place, spaghetti mess kind of a bag. That one I need. This one I need. I'm trying to get in front of him here. Oh, wow. He just won't go for it. Got him. I increased my reel speed to try and catch up with him. And then got it in front of him. He went for it, didn't take it, then came back, and I got him. So what's this going to be? To me it looks like a 16 or something, but, in Bassmaster sometimes they trick you. And for all I know, it could be a 13 or a 12. Chances are it is. It'll be like a 13. Because this is a very bad day for largemouth. And I'm the worst at this net of all time, but I finally got it. Yeah,
What a
13.
hog.
So now I've got a 15, a 14, and three 13s. And if this was the online tournament, that is what my bag would be. You add all that weight up, and that is your final score. But guys, I suspect that on other days, you can probably do like maybe the equivalent of like five 15s here. So don't neglect this spot. Don't sleep on it. Give it some practice. Fish it for yourself. Use your lures and see if you can come up with like the equivalent. Oh boy, the equivalent of like five 15s or a few 16s and a couple 15s. And see how good you can do on this spot. And put it in the comments. I'd love to know like how many 15-pound largemouth you catch here in 1 hour, from 7 to 1500. Wow.
Big fish, and no whammy.
So now I have nearly a 16, a 15, a couple 14s, and a 13. So my score has been steadily getting better. That one really ramped it up quite a bit. He was right there, right on the side of this point. So I wonder how long it'll take for me to actually catch a legendary largemouth bass here. All right, I have another heartbeat, so it must be a trophy fish. It's what species? A drum. It's a drum. It's like an average trophy drum. I'm gonna get rid of it. See if we can get another 15 or something. No heartbeat, so no trophy on this bass. He's a little guy. Not that little things are bad. We all know big things come in small packages. My mom is like 4'9". You know, she's like
Not gonna set any records with that one, but at least it's a
she's definitely
good,
petite,
solid keeper.
and big things come in small packages. My grandfather on my mom's side, he was about as tall as my mom is. He had a huge heart. That's what matters. That's what counts. All right, guys, so we're approaching 1400. And we got one more game out. That's like 5 or 10 minutes in the video. It sure has been an awesome adventure checking out this brand new Toledo Bend hotspot for largemouth bass.
Not gonna
With
set any
old
records with
Moses
that one,
Abraham Jackson.
but at least it's a good, solid keeper.
Yeah, so now my PlayStation is notifying me that I've got 5 more minutes left to record, and it will cut me off.
You're gonna have a few competitors trembling with that toe.
No heartbeat on this channel cat, so I'm going to let him go. Or, well, try to let him go. Go ahead, be free, little channel catfish. If it was real life, I would definitely eat you, but this is a game, so I'm going to let you go. Channel cat's great eating, especially fried in beer batter. I like to put it in a stew with tomatoes and onions and garlic. Only problem with fresh channel catfish is you gotta like kind of tenderize it with a little mallet and cook the living crap out of it, because fresh is like really, really firm. It takes a lot of cooking to like soften it up. I caught a channel cat just last year. It was like 5 pounds. And it was the first fish I ever cleaned and filleted, cooked, and ate for myself. And channel cat is awesome. It's great eating. All right, now this is a trophy largemouth. Probably not the biggest guy. No, he looks to be like maybe 10. All right, 2 minutes in the episode 21, a very special Toledo Bend adventure with old Moses Abraham Jackson in the Bass Cat attire in the missile bait boat on the point of an island where he's catching himself a load of largemouth. Yep, 10.
It's Chubasa.
This is not the legendary striper because it doesn't have a heartbeat. All right, I got 1 minute. So I'm going to end the video here. Say goodbye to Moses on the point of Toledo Bend. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Bye-bye.